Now let me show you how I create my social media images where I need my face, and the situation is I don't have basically a single good image. I hate to take photos of myself, and no matter how good AI image models are, there wasn't a single one which could really produce believable images of myself that would pass my filter. And all the time if I tried to do it, it was either me but not me, or it was me, however it was so polished and artificial, therefore unusable. But I have a way of doing that now, and I will show you that. I'm using combination of Higgs field and Weavy, where Higgs field is actually giving me results that even I myself am happy with, and those images look really great. Higgs field has its soul image, which is by far the best model to create really believable look. And if you create yourself as a character, then there is really nothing stopping you. And other part of my workflow is Weavy, where I actually host all my images as a huge library with different poses, expressions, whatever comes to my mind. And then I only copy it, combine it, tweak it with Nano Banana or just recently ChatGPT Image 2 to create basically whatever I need. And you can see a really cool example here where I picked one image out of this batch. It was this one where I show 3 fingers because I was looking for 3 to 5 people joining my beta group for community. If you are curious about it, find the link in the description. But I wanted to be a little creative. So this is the image produced with Higgs field. So then with Nano Banana, I just switched the background to be black. I prompted it to change my eyes so they look into camera, and then of course you can see I hold a guinea pig there. Why? Because. And with it I went to LinkedIn, and you can see I simply added text there, and I have beautiful image here which I would otherwise won't be able to produce. And also I use it as a huge help when I create YouTube thumbnails. You can see I did it here, then here, and this one just as well. There is no chance I would create something like this on my own. These images look way better than, I don't know, let's say this one, which is only cut out from the video recording. The lighting is not there, definition, anything. So how do you do that? First, you need to create yourself as a character here. And for that, you need to click character and create character. Here, you will just upload a bunch of images from your device. In my case, I took like 25 images in my bathroom. Couldn't focus myself if I don't see the screen, so I used mirror and it worked. You will click upload, locate images, and then you just wait a couple of minutes. Once that is done, you would find yourself here as a character. Now keep the mode as general, that's completely fine. And now what you need is reference image. So basically somebody else who did the photo before you, and you will steal the look, the lighting, and it will be applied on you. So let's find some images. I will go to YouTube, and you can simply browse and maybe locate something that might look like you. And I maybe like this image, so I will copy the link, and then you will go to YouTube thumbnail downloader, paste it here, and download. Now you can go to Higgs field, and here with plus icon, you will locate your image, which is this one. And now that's basically all. You really don't need anything else. I'm gonna keep it 3x4, that's fine. And I will let it generate 4 images in a row. Let's hit generate. And here you can see I am in the batch of 4 images. Like I don't like this one, but other 3 are usable. Maybe not this one just as well. Let's delete those. Yes. And if you are maybe not happy with it, just let it generate again. And in a moment, you will quickly understand why I do that and why I create these images in batches. It will get clear once we will get into Weavy. This is definitely me from the back, and this like webcam image, I really don't care. This could be erased really fast, also what's on the screen. That's not important at all, only this part. Now, here I look weird. Let's delete this one. This is me. This is somewhat me, but let's delete it just as well. Now I have batch of 4 images in. This style, it also tries to like mimic the clothing, but that's fine. We can wait here. And if you are not successful finding a suitable YouTube thumbnail, you can go into any stock photo website and find something that might look interesting. For example, let's try to use this image, but this is not image, it's video. So I will find something else, something really interesting that couldn't be shot easily. Let's say this image. It's older person, but the lighting and the setup looks difficult. I will download it either way, and I will go to Xfield, upload, locate the image, upload it here, and hopefully I will get the image where I am in somewhat similar position, but I am lit with orange light on the one side and green light on the other side. And now here you can see it's done. Like every single one kind of looks like me. However, I don't like the details here. So let's delete. Then this one looks somewhat usable. This one is cool. I don't like this one. Delete. And maybe let it run one more time. Now another batch is ready. Here again, this lighting is really strong. So I will delete this one. I will delete this one just as well. But those two have potential. But you can for sure see lighting is really cool and really on point. The only thing I don't like here is that I look like 60 years old because of that sweater and shirt, which I will not keep it there, of course. But you will see my way of doing that. Most difficult part is to get the look and to get the face. I have that. Now I can iterate because the previous version got somehow stuck. I don't know why. But I really do not care. I can get back to it because here you can see I downloaded those 4 images, and then just as well I downloaded these, and now I go back to Weebly where I can simply locate all the images, drag them in. They will be quickly uploaded, and now I will present you my logic here. I only do it to build something like archive of my images in different settings, lightings, looks, so they could serve me whenever I need. Let's say I would try to ideate with this batch of images to act as a YouTube thumbnail. And I think that maybe like this one looks really strong, not this one, but I want this and this to act as a combination of 2 thumbnails I would like to test. So I only copy those 2, and I will keep those, let's call it folders, untouched. And here I will start to iterate. I really don't need Xfield for that. Nano Banana or new GPT image 2 would be just fine. Let's use Nano Banana. And I want to change what I wear because this is really weird. Show me the person wearing white shirt with black jacket. Let's use leather jacket. Now run model, and I will do the same thing here. Nano Banana Pro version. I will use the same prompt, but just a different input image here. And I will stop this generation because I want it to be at least 2K. And maybe switch it to 16:9. Also here, I want it to be 2K and 16:9. Run model and run model. Now I just need to wait. And here I am done. I have white shirt, black leather jacket, but I wanted it to be a t-shirt. Also here, it's white t-shirt. Now let's hit run again, but I already have new image I could add to my library, which then I can easily combine. And now let's take a look here, way better. Let's take a look here. Now that looks horrible, but this happens, I'll just add do not change the head and face at all. Run model. And I will let it generate. However, I want to also ideate on a YouTube thumbnail because this is for that. I intend to use this image with certain text. Let's maybe use thumbnail, one word. As a placeholder, it would do. Now, I also can ideate here how to do it, just like I did here, with a simple prompt. Use this image in combination with following text. In here, it will be thumbnail as YouTube thumbnail, designs presented in 3x3 grid. Use this image in combination with following text. Oh, I somehow pasted it here twice. Now, you can also split the word if it helps the composition. Something like that. Here, I don't seek perfection at all because I will be finalizing this in Photoshop. I don't see a point in doing it here because I can still tweak it way better there. But maybe to save some time with deciding where to put my image, I'm used to do it this way. I can also somehow give it, you can also move the person position to the side if it helps the composition to be better. Now with it, I will use again Nano Banana Pro, and we can try also GPT image to edit, and we can easily compare which one would do better job. Let's hit run. Let's hit run. So this is one line, and I will copy those guys here with the same prompt as input, but I will use second image here. And let's hit run and run. And now generations are ready, and you can take a look. I can already tell that with Nano Banana, if I show you a couple of runs, the first one was completely off, but this one stick quite close to the original image. Here I would probably maybe try something like this, but I would spread the word a little more. Then here it gave me something different. I like this glitch effect which it introduced, and also color halftone pattern there. It truly looks really interesting, but none of these is actually ready to be posted. I only use them as reference, so I can ideate way faster. Here I really like this one and this one. They have quite potential. Now below that, here is GPT-2 image version, which on one end is somewhat way more designed, and if I would be, I don't know, a game streamer, I could potentially already like post it, but it went simply too far with the photo itself, and I don't like it. But the colors and fonts and composition as a whole, this is way better. I could really imagine to pick some of those to like recreate it in Photoshop. Now below that, it's second version. Here, it didn't get it right at all, which is not a banana. But then I realized it's not that fair to prompt it to use text thumbnail as YouTube thumbnail. It might cause some problems. But below that, again, you can see this is ChatGPT image 2, and again, it's already designed, maybe too strong style on what I would maybe imagine, but this already helps me with positioning of the words and maybe little details I could steal. So definitely I can pick 3, 4, 5 versions from here that I would develop into something usable, but I already have idea and I don't need to like figure it out in Photoshop. Here, only thing I would do is to probably use magnific skin enhancer to produce better version of this image, and just as well magnific skin enhancer here. Let's hit run, and with such uploaded images I would go to Photoshop. I would do a little bit of work there, which I will speed up because the video is not about that. However, hopefully you get the point of what you can do and what problem does this approach solve. You don't have your photos, you don't like to take photos, you don't have lights, you don't have idea at all. Just pick what you like, put it in Higgsfield Soul, and you are fine. See you next time.